So you want to make sure the first thing you do is get to the folder you're working in. Remember, every folder should have a brand new, or every project, every assignment should have a brand new folder. So you want to get to the folder that you were working on, click up here, type in CMD, press enter. That'll take you to the command line, but what's important is it drops you off in the working folder. That's essential when it comes to Visual Studio Code. And then to start Visual Studio Code, we're going to type in code space dot and press enter. And you'll see two files here. We have our source file, the Java file, and then the one we compiled. Right, now let's go ahead and run these. If I'm going too fast, let me know. Just say, hey, Professor, wait a second. Raymond, hello, glad you're here. And always system out. So we're going to type in Java, and then whatever you named yours. Mine is Mars Base Energy Grid. And I don't think there's a Y. Yeah, there's a Y for energy there. Yeah. All right, so let's make sure it's case sensitive. Mars Base Energy Grid. There we go. So it starts to run okay. Let's make this larger so you can see that. No charge for the eye test. Pardon me. We have our welcome. We have our description. Oh, we have an exception. This is an error. All right. So when you have an error in programming, that's what makes this so cool. Basically, every time you get an error in programming, you should be excited because it's like the UPS person's knocking on the door. You go to answer your door, and they're like, "We've got a free puzzle here for you." So you get free puzzles, and that's all this is a puzzle. So we get some clues here. And which line of code should I look for? Which line of code should I check out? Absolutely. Line 59 is definitely one I should check out. So, and it's saying, hey, index is out of bounds for length 5. So that has something to do with my array. So let's keep that in mind too. But let's look at that line. That was 59, I believe, was it? Or did I? It's, yep, 59. Okay. 59. Okay, so I don't see 59 here. So then let's go back to our clues. That would have been my first choice. But let's go and look at line 26. There's another clue. So we'll look at line 26. Okay, so here we have an array being created. This is an integer array of type integer. And we're calling it variable 2. And we're setting it to variable 0. And let's see, why are we doing that? Because something looks way off here. Hold on. All right, let's see. Oh, okay, here's why, because I'm on, for some reason, this is the class, and it's deconstructing it for me. All right. I was like totally, okay, so what was happening is the class is your compiled file, and this is what the Java bytecode sees. This is not really what, even though we wrote it, it's a conversion for the computer. It's no concern of ours. And I'm like, I wouldn't have written variable 1, variable 2, variable 3, I would not have done that because they're meaningless to humans, but to computers, they make sense. So here's what we wrote. This is what got compiled. So let's go back to what we wrote. I didn't even realize I was on that. So make sure that you're on the .java, the source file there. All right, I'm on the class again somehow. There we go. Get rid of the class, not delete it, but just at least, Okay, and I'm on the Java file for sure. And this makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, so now let's go back to the error statement. And we're going to start with line 59. Okay, so this is where the error is at on line 59. And the calculate total energy function. And what we're doing is we're looping through all of our energy sources on the base. So for each energy source, we are looping through these. So line 59, total energy, we have our energy sources to each energy source as the index. So it'd be better and more clear if we just did our equals total energy plus energy. Each energy source, I should say. So each energy source here will now get added to our total energy. And why is that complaining? Because I didn't put a semicolon at the end. So there we go. Okay. So what we want to do is more simplified is we have out of all the energy sources. Now the energy sources are the array of energy sources that get passed in. And we're going through each energy source in the collection of energy sources in the array. And we're having the total energy equal the total energy after we add every energy source. And remember, every energy source, while different, is made up of megawatts. So they will end up and will return the total energy from this function. All right, okay, so let's see this in play. Now we're going to have to recompile this. So let me clear the screen, CLS, and even if I were to not recompile it, we're still going to get the same error because it's running the compiled, the .class version. So I'm going to recompile it now. So it's Java C. And then the name of the file .java. Pressing enter, it's compiling, and we have no errors. But we got no errors before on compile time. We got them on run time. So let's run this now and see what we get. Java and the name of the program. Pressing enter. Perfect. We have our welcome message and description. This program will help you manage the energy grid for the Mars base. I see you're the new energy grid manager. Let's get started. So this is the welcome and the description. And it says our total energy output for the solar panels is 175 megawatts. The total energy output of the wind turbines is 150. And the combined total energy output for the solar panels and the wind turbine panels is 325 megawatts. So we have solar and wind. And now we know what our megawatts are. So we can add a lot more to this, but we've got a basic demo up and running. All right, so let's get your basic demo up and running and compiled, okay. And then from there, excuse me. Apologize. From there, let's go ahead and grow this just into something more interesting, or maybe depending on our time, maybe we can just stop with the demo and let you do your assignment in class. Sorry about that coughing. My apologies. I apologize. I swear I'm not contagious. It's a leftover cough from last week. But it is annoying. I promise you that. And I apologize. So, all right. And let's look at the assignment 2. Yeah, again, this is for you to learn arrays and to feel comfortable with them. So it's all about arrays. You can do whatever theme you'd like. You can do the theme we're doing. You can do a theme on, Zelda. You can do a theme on something non-game-ish simulation, like maybe the Palo Verde nuclear plant. You can do whatever you would like that makes this interesting to you, as long as you put in the arrays that you're working with arrays here. So again, let's make sure everybody's just working this very simple demo, and then we'll use the rest. Actually, we'll use the rest of class time so you can finish your assignment, because this gives you really everything you need. Basics for arrays. You've got how to create an array, how to pass it into a function, and then how to loop through it and add all the numbers in the array together to get power. There's other things you could do with an array, of course. So, but it's a great introduction. All right, let's check in LS. If we do a dir, it'll go, clear the screen, and dir will show us a directory listing. We have 2 files. You may only have one if your compile was not successful. And to compile, you would do Java C. And let's make this where you can see that. You type in whatever the name of your file is, and you press enter. This would compile it for you. And if you get an error, we need to know right away so we can help with that. So let's go through one by one and see who has, if you want to print out, hey, what is the first item in this? You could, here's how you do it. You would print out the first item in the solar panel array. So, or the value really, but you use the index of 0. This is the index of 1, 2, and 3. And you can actually change values like that too. Okay. Now, let's give the first item a new value with more energy. So that, by typing the name of the array and the index, you can change the value. And now print out the first item to see the new value. So we got more energy out of the first item. So if you want to set anything to a different value in an array, would be how you would do it to change the value. You just change this index. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you try to use a 5 here, it would say out of range. Let's see this in action. So I'm going to compile it. And then I'm going to run it. Okay, so here's the new code we put in. The first item in the solar panel array is 30. Then we changed it. And now the first item in the solar panel array is 50, because we changed it to 50. This is how you access. You can read or write any one of these in the array by using what's called the index, and make a great user experience, much better than I did. You can add different types of energy, maybe you can add things that might take up energy. Mining might take up energy. Utilities to keep the colonists alive might take up energy. So you might take away energy. You might have other things that give you energy. Maybe a nuclear reactor on Mars. So, or something science fiction and fun, like like Roger Rabbit's dip or something like that for energy. But again, go way beyond mine, make it a great item that you can show off.